It is a great honor and pleasure to pay tribute to our dear friend and governor, Gary Richard Herbert, a true giant in our city.
Governor Herbert is so deserving of recognition as a giant in our city because what he has done for our state, for the capital city, and most importantly, for the people of Utah.
There's so much good to say about Gary and his amazing wife, Jeanette. Governor Herbert is the real thing. What you see is what you get.
I've never met a person who is any more optimistic than is the governor.
You know, Gary's a man of integrity. He's extremely gifted.
He's an incredible governor. He's done so much for the economy of Utah and done a great job leading.
Practically every leadership position that he was ever asked to take, he took it willingly and he took it seriously, and he always left it better than when he found it.
He really deserves this award, this giant in the city, because he's not just a giant in the city, but he's a giant in our hearts.
Gary and I met when we were 9 years old playing Pee Wee League baseball. He on one team and me on the other.
We met actually in the 4th grade at the Sierra basketball program every Saturday morning.
As the years went by, we went to junior high school together and to high school together, and we played on the same teams. Gary was our quarterback, our point guard, and our third baseman.
And pound for pound on the Orem High football team, he was probably the toughest kid on the team. He only weighed 135 pounds. He might argue with that, but I saw the scales.
During the years that followed high school, we went to BYU together, and we went on a lot of double dates, and so I've known First Lady Jeanette since Gary met her, because we went on those original dates together.
Well, Gary and I met, it was kind of strange. I was working part-time at a bank in Orem while I was going to college, and I was working as the drive-up window teller. He came as a customer inside the bank, had a friend that worked there, and he saw me across the room and saw that, he looked at me and he says, hey, well, is she dating anyone, whatever, and wanted to be lined up. Well, I had my back to him, I didn't see him, so she came over to me and said, did you see that guy I was just talking to? And I said, no, I didn't, but she says, oh, I think that's him pulling out of the parking lot. Well, he was driving a brand new GTO. I couldn't see him at all. I saw his car, and I said, is that his car? And she said, well, I think so. I said, well, yeah, I'll go out with him. And so I thought, well, he's got pretty good taste. 2 months down the road, all of a sudden he shows up in this old white Buick, and I said, where's your car? And he says, oh, that wasn't my car, that was just my uncle's. I was driving it for him while he was in Hawaii for the summer, so that's kind of bait and switch.
I think Gary was attracted to Jeanette because she was always fun. She has a delightful personality.
Gary and Jeanette are a wonderful team, closely knit and equally tight together. Harriet and I are deeply impressed by their statewide efforts to improve parenting skills and strengthening families to make this state, this country, a better place.
Family is so important to Gary. I mean, we kept our house in Utah County so that we can go down to that every weekend. All our kids live in Utah County, and they all come over on Sunday evening. He looks forward to it every weekend, to being able to spend that time with the kids and the grandkids.
I know them all personally, and I think the world of them and of the parenting job that Gary and Jeanette have done.
I know how much he loves his family. I've seen it, and I know how much he loves the people of Utah. I've seen that too.
So when we first got married, I didn't ever think he was going to be involved in politics, but he was always a natural leader.
He developed some wonderful skills at building consensus among people, and he's always willing to listen, to talk, to consider somebody else's ideas, even when they don't agree with his.
He's a leader that really loves to roll up his sleeves, get involved, and I think that is what has served not just him so well as governor, but I think it's what has served Utah so well under his leadership.
Gary's going to make the right decisions. He's going to call the hard shots when he has to. He'll be empathetic, but he'll be firm and tough.
Being governor is not always easy. Sometimes you have to make decisions that might not be popular with everyone, but they're the right thing to do.
But I think that the greatest thing that makes him a wonderful governor is his willingness and his ability to try to understand other people and put it in his context and where do we go for the good of the state and of the individual people.
He is a bridge builder. He opens doors. He wants to get things done. He is a man of faith. He reaches out to all religions and all faith groups to make them feel at home here in Utah.
He's a strong, moral leader who I think makes the tough decisions, but who cares very much about the people he serves. And he's the kind of person I think many governors have a tremendous amount of respect for.
This became so clear again this year in how he handled earthquakes and COVID-19 challenges.
I often heard him say, good process leads to good outcomes. And I think it serves the state very well, not just in all the challenges we've faced, but particularly in this coronavirus challenge. And Governor Herbert is in a unique position to be inclusive, to follow a good process, to listen to people, and that will, as he said, lead to good outcomes.
Gary is as solid as a patriot as you'd ever want to meet.
His love of the country comes from his love of the American people. And I've always been amazed at how kind, how patient, how caring he is of other people.
And he's one of those folks that we look to as one of the smartest, most effective, most dedicated leaders in America.
He is indeed a giant in our city.
I'm very proud of the fact that he's receiving this award. I know it's a really big award, probably the biggest one you can get in the state. And I think it really says a lot about how many people have seen what he's done and believe in him and believe in what he's accomplished.
Governor, congratulations for this recognition as a giant in our city.
Much deserved. Congratulations. I'm sorry I can't be there with you to celebrate in person, but I look forward to being out in Utah again sometime soon.
You've done a great job. You've been a great friend to the state of Utah and to the state of Idaho and to this country. And so I wish you all the best, but I want you to know there is life after being governor.
You've earned it, and I'll be looking forward to a little more golf when you're no longer governor.
I'm grateful for your service as the governor, and I'm even more grateful for your friendship over all these years.
I really do think that you're well deserving of this. You've done so much for our state and for the people of our state, and from us and from all the family and your kids. I want to say that we love you and we're so proud of you.
Congratulations, Governor Herbert. Gary Jeanette, we love you. Harriet and I are honored to call you our friends. May God bless you and your beautiful family. May God bless us all.